Dun, 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 dun. My name is Batman. I think I loaded up the wrong one. Oops. 610, 616. Why the fuck is it all over here? There we go. I loaded up the wrong one. Oopsie. Looks awkward. No, I'm not Grimsley Roylott. My real name is Nicolina Havalu Hava Havul. There's a V and an L, and I hate blah 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 over Havalova Nicolina. You ascend oh god, this word game in is fucking English language making me. You've been to there. One of your battles come before to escape homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel, which could have been easy. The Burrow is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could she really have snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of the old gentleman. Dun, 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 dun. Turn my up a little bit more. Okay. You intended to serve all links with your past by severing your long hair. Ding! You to a woman hair is no trifling matter. Ah, my mustache. My personnel recommendation is to leave it well alone. So if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it let you? Who was it then that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? The verbal tinkling of a bell? Well, no other than a young lady, actually. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away into Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. Who? That's why I decided to. How do you say, this, disgust my, disgust myself. As a result, you transform yourself into that questionable old man I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper. I'm curious, how old is she? Does it say? It does. She's only 15. That's a good photo of her, to be honest. I probably like this. I probably like. I like the art of that. I don't know why. I just like that a lot. Like, a lot of characters' portraits are good, but I don't know. I feel like she has the best looking one. Right on the page, there was a picture of me. Ah, the hair is a long weapon. So frightened I couldn't stop screaming. I knew if I didn't change my appearance completely, they would find me. Would they though? Probably is the Russian government. So I decided to cut all my hair as fast as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and at the precise moment we, we walk in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Yes they do, Susano. Yes they do. Things things do indeed happen like that from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside of your traveling case? You were right. It's my dear friend inside, my only friend in the whole world. Aw, please, don't tell anyone if the captain finds out. If you say any of the crew, your secret is safe with us, I'm sure of you. But in return, you must tell us in much detail as you can mustered about the events of last night. Yes, alright, I will tell you. Rob Mr. Naruto. Naruto. Look at words. Wasn't it something Mr. Shone's great detection? It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what, but at least Miss. Was there supposed to be more to that? It was certainly something, but I'm not surely sure what. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, but at least Miss Pavalona, Miss Pavlova, Miss Pavlova. Agreed tells her what she knows. Incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. One more thing. Oh, yes. What? Observe your wrist. My. Oh, damn it! Ah! Your hands are cuffed again. What? What? How? True to my word, I restore your shackles. Can you not true? Can you untrue this, please? When and why? There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Miss Naruto. I'm so sorry to say. It can't be helped at the moment. Ha! Can it really? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavalana has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what this speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote in the diary really was. Ah, cool. Talkie bits. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Ah! Oh, that's what we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you had a strange noise, for example? Perhaps people talking? Perhaps this was a sword in a wild tempest. Perhaps a steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that happened. Miss Pavlana, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I was done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. She is only 15, right? Yeah. Oh, I see. You've you've run away from your ballet company, have you? The Nova Beach Ballet. Too many words. Yes. I'm traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. Oh hey, how's it going? Sorry, my phone went off. I would never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I want to start a new life. Why? You wish to forget? You wish to forget a challenge propositioning position? When you have a striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The novice ballet gave us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. Ah, that sounds awful. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, they would have killed me. So you ran away to protect yourself. Yes, they were the crew of this ship. They have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in the cabin. This cabin. If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlov, it creates a most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Miss Naruto? Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlov's explanation to what conundrum. I'm not sure, but Miss Pavlov, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to the newspaper, it was only yesterday that you ascended from the ballet. Now that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Bird stopped at no port last night. Oh, that's a good question actually. Ah, that's it. Of course. So how's it pray that you come on board? Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabinet acted very strange when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupier of his cabin came aboard. This is none of your business. Yes, you're right. He did seem a bit hiding something. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to this age. Sorry? What was that? It's how the Russian newspaper describes one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens because I am an angel. Huh? Considering English using your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Shalom's once said, I can never resist a touch of the dramatic. It may seem Miss Pavlon is the same. Sorry. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to deduction, whereas once upon said about myself. A quote from the wonderful examiner advisement uh, um, um, advisement of the actions, the adventures of Herlock Shalom's in fact. Yeah. Yeah, yes, yes. Miss Showy. Mr. Showy. Anyway, those are Miss Frumley is going to tell us what really happened. So this Franny you mentioned inside of your travel case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed to be on board, according to the rule of passage. Oh, please, don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious, then the, then the burly Russians would bestir themselves and the unknown authority and the unknown to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Ah! So reassuring, Miss Sherlock Holmes. But what sort of pet is your friend? A little peppy, isn't it? Maybe the adorable little rabbit? Aha! You credit Russian as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. I have no idea. God damn it, Shalom's. Ha. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Excuse me? Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken! A chicken? That would be very be unlevy, the loudest creature you can pick probably in that size. Considering the benefits. Rousing wake up call, daily fresh eggs. And when the afternoon strikes, can satisfy the needs of its substance. That just no. How about no? So it's definitely not a chicken. No. Would appear of different identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. She always doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be shed some light on it. But I need to show her. Miss Favela, do you take a look at this? Alright, so that's this? Diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. But it looks like some sort of speckle band is dangling from the ventilating room. A speckled band? I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall. In other words, in other words, this cabin and victim cabins are connected together. Oh! Miss Pavlova? Has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band in the victim mansion mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No. I don't know anything. Huh? Well, she's in a dead end. Ah! Excuse me, Miss Raylock? Yes, what? Holy shit, that was fast. Captain wants to speak with you. You must come to the captain quarters at once. Please. Alright, I will come now. What? You must leave now. Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself, Miss Raylock. Get out! The passage said get out. You want me to throw you out? It looks like we have to leave investigating this cabin until later. What a pity. I agree. So we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Problem's family are unceremoniously chased out. I had to think about that word. This had to say we're quite literally pickled up and thrown in a passenger outside. How many cell are there? 20. Okay. Uh, uh, 110, 160, okay. Ninth January says to bird first class cabin passengers away. I wish we had been thrown out like that. I wish we managed to find some clues of what the speckled band might be. We didn't manage to investigate at all, and I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer. We never get past a sailor guarding the door. He is so tall, but that shirt is really tiny on him. He's clearly glaring at us. Don't even think about it. Some of your mom's upset at you. Oh, wait a minute. What is it? Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go? Oh, yes, he's completely disappeared. How did we lose him? He's the tallest one. He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring that these were securely back on my wrist. The waves. Oh, it's. Guess we move back to our first room. Is he in here? Nope. SS Bird first class cabin no number one. Looks like they're still investigating here. Yes, on that subject. I wonder if Inspector Hasanaga is unscathed. What do you mean, unscathed? Surely you haven't forgotten, have you? Naruto-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of his cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he's going to lay his life on you. Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. Oh. He got the shit kicked out of him. Ah, you're back. Oh no, my old friend. Inspector! What happened to you? Your face is... Please, don't worry about it. There's just scratches. I get Miss... Oh, is he like my age? I guess he's older than me a bit. But yeah, he took it. He took it. maybe by a bear. Maybe he got the shit kicked out of him. God damn, he can barely see his right eye, left eye. When I told the captain I gave him permission to investigate, he told me he'll pummel me with his fist and then toss me overboard. What? But the pummel was over in a flash, and he must have decided he can't throw me overboard. Jesus. So it was nothing really. It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. Give him credit. Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little bit about the neighborhood cabin. Yeah, so I understand. Oh? I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Herlock Shaloms. I don't think he was German though. Ah, that explains it. Shall we compare notes then? What can you tell us when you find out? Yes, let's do it. What? Nicolina Pavolina? She's the cabin next door? Oh, do you know who she is? Please! What self-respecting Oh, he's a ballet fan. Not because he's a cop, but he's... Oh, yeah, fair enough. Oops, I think I upset him there. Well, that tells us the neighborhood cabinet is unrelated to this case at least. Oh, how? Because angels don't go on the ground committing crimes. Dude. I mean, we all thought that one girl was an angel, and Elizabeth, and she was evil. Inspector, has your investigation proven fruitful? Fruitful? If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, or we need to hand over to Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job. Oh, I see. Ah, there's one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. Oh? What? Yes, do tell us, Inspector. Tell us. What is this new information you have, Inspector? Is this. The Bureau Medical Office has finished examination of the body and may should obtain a report. Oh. Kazuma's post-mortem report. Kasasama. So, what was the cause of death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae. That's what written to the report. His neck was broken? Yes, it would seem so. There was no obvious wounds or no other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considered poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in the system at all. Well, what weapon was used then? Nothing has been found yet. But the fact that there's no other signs of the wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. Oh, I see. All the body nerves run to the spine, to the brain, not strong enough impact that can impact death. Ugh. It is possible, and no obvious wound will be left. Poor Kazuma. I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I trust you. Ah, I'm gonna give him a hug. After all, if I didn't trust you, I never had agreed to leave. I never agreed to leave you in this cabin in the first place, would I? That's a fair point. Ah, no, it's okay, Zasana. It's okay. We understand. We understand. Time has been 1 a.m., a little past 2 a.m. Fall research. Some progress results, strong area. Is it just that one? Yeah, it's just that one page. Oh, Mr. Shalom's was here, was he? Yes. He seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much and is creeping on the floor investigating. Being a little wormy worm. But he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything at all? Actually, now that you mention it, yes, just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish, was all he said. That's it? Just shoe polish? What is it? What is him going? Mr. Sholmes! Wonder what he meant. It was when he was over there by that piece of broken glass. Do you see? Oh, first you were talking about this brick color mark. Do you think? Ah, yes, that must be it. But how can Mr. Jones know that it was shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. What is this, Susana-san? Well, Kazuma was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue. Dark tan? Some sort of dark brownish red then? Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him. Oh, does that mean that this mark was made by the polish of Kazuma's shoes and scuff on the ground? Ah, words. More clues below, but we're still no further. Or I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are barring in the back of my head. Yeah, that might be for the best. Thank you. Poor Inspector. You look exhausted. Oh no. Well, I feel terrible that I failed to protect Azogi, son. He was my responsibility. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have a heavy head ever since I woke up this morning. A heavy head? That's interesting. My head is still throbbing too. Dun, 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 dun. Cool, and a broken piece of glass. That was part of a bell? I don't know. It really is just a beautiful color, this glass. It looks like whatever it was broken clean in two, but the other half is nowhere to be seen. And then there was this brick color mark, which is shoe polish according to the great detective you seem to know about. I suppose it must be from Kazuma's shoes. Maybe. What I'd like to know is, how can a detective be sure that it was shoe polish and not something else? Because he's the great detective, of course. Science! We need answers, damn it! That's all the reason, isn't it? Do I move again? Yeah, I do. Okay. So loud with the binging and bonging and the booming. Ah! Look, Naruto-san. Seeming strong enough is gone. Strong enough? That burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us. Ugh. All these Russian names are impossible to remember. Names are hard to remember in general. Tra-la-la. Did you hear that? Sounded like someone singing. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. I did the great deceit way. This Caroline, I know that lark line's voice. But never mind that now. There's a golden opportunity for us. Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Spawnville Castle where we can investigate. Definitely, before that. Stringly not Korean comes back. It's Stroganoff, not Stringy Knot. You String Knot. Anyone here? Of course he's here. Oh, it's Mr. Shovels. Look. Wow, you never noticed. He's. Tra la 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 la. I did the great deceit away. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed this? Or is he simply in high spirits? Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew when the yard bit off more than kicked you. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's luckily her luck was about. Excuse me. I solved it all and I stood tall. I did the great deceit away. Mr. Shaloms, look it! Ah! Oh, shit. Why is he doing? You wanna? You wanna fight? Huh? You wanna go? Honestly, if nothing to fellow when he's singing. I was just about to reach a climactic finish. My voice cracked. Sorry, I thought you were never gonna stop, so I figured now's a good time singing. I very nearly dropped you on the floor, which one of my famous right hooks. Alright, I get the picture. Can you put those fists away? Nah, they're rated E for everybody. Mr. Shaloms, you seem to be examining something before we interrupt you. Ah, yes, that. I was immersed in the study of the ship's log, as pinned by the stocky built crewmates usually on guard. My chair likes to creak. Oh, yeah, it's a ship log. There goes my chair. Oh, excuse me. You finding a use from it? Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank, which means that there was nothing to report, nothing to know happened. So, why did that make that laugh? You truly are a student from the land of rising sun. You've been utterly blind by it. Sorry, your logic, my boy, is inverted. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Shaloms? Observe the other pages, and all shall become clear. It would seem that the same crewman often same century in the first-class passageway, and he is almost religiously practiced of recording nothing report every half hour. Oh, he writes in every 30 minutes? Nothing to report. Precisely to put, the seaman writes nothing to report when there was when there was just when he writes there in every 30 minutes nothing to report. Precisely put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. Yet the ship log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report. Do you mean? Oh, sorry, button. Hit the button. Do you mean? Yes. There was circumvention afoot last night, which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That remains a mystery for now, but we can sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribbling nothing report in his log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. Now that seduction was worth it, a good detective. Ah, you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. But make shaloms. Brilliance! Ooh, ouch. What is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be affected with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more. Well, my friends, until our next encounter! He's still singing to himself. I can hear as he wanders off down the passageway. Something wrong, Susanoo-san? You seem to be lost in thought. It's just, well, I feel the same. Sorry? Ever since I woke up this morning, I had something of a headache. Sort of continuous throbbing. Oh, you too?